Hello guys, welcome back. This right here is the brand new Infinix Note 6. Now this device is special for a couple of reasons which we are going to look at during the course of the video. Now 2019 has been a year of great innovations in the mobile phone space, and we've seen a lot of crazy things that has happened, like under display cameras, under display fingerprints, and a host of other things. Now Infinix have decided not to be left out. We've seen some great devices from them in 2019, like the Infinix S4, which had a lot of potentials. I showed you guys that device on this channel, and also we saw the Infinix 06 and 06 Pro, which was the first Infinix device I was able to use for like a month, and I couldn't really complain much because it had this premium vibe about it, and then now the much awaited Infinix Note 6 has arrived. So first of all, this device has this kind of like new vibe about the design. We have these very curved edges by the side, and then we have this thing like that, like a ring that runs around the device. And also the device it's very handy, and it's a little bit lighter than the previous Infinix Note 5. The Infinix Note 5 was a good device, but I tried to like the device, I tried to use it, I just couldn't, because the design was just not there. Like the design was not, it didn't have that vibe that I was looking for, so I didn't really pay attention to it. But this one has this 2019 vibe about it, so one of the basic things that I have noticed that I think I really like here is the design. Then the second and most innovative thing about this device is the X Pen, this pen right here. Now for the first time I picked up this device and I took out this X Pen from the device and tried to use it. I had butterflies in my stomach because I was like, man, how could this have been? Now it's not like this is the first time that Infinix has that they have an X Pen on their device. Previous Infinix Note 5, like we had the Note 5 Stylux, it had an X Pen on it. Now that X Pen didn't really perform that much to my own satisfaction, because it was pretty lazy, if I can use that word. The X Pen was lazy. When you tried to write, it didn't really catch up like that. Now the reason why I found it very difficult to use them was because I have been a fan of the Samsung Galaxy Note devices for a very long time, so I use a lot of them. And so most times when I leave them and try to use other devices, I just don't get that premium vibe. But you see, one thing about the Infinix Note 6 here is that from the first time I pulled out the pen from the device and tried to use it, I just couldn't notice the fact that I was using an Infinix device, because it's smooth. It's the pen writes just like it writes on the Galaxy Note. Now I'm not gonna lie to you, there's a little bit of difference, because you still experience this like 0.05 milliseconds delay when you're writing, but I wouldn't really complain, because a normal user that has never used a flagship device before, or a normal user that uses devices within the budget space, will not really notice this. Now, if you give me the score that I should score this X Pen between 0 to 100, I would actually give it about 70 to 75%. Another thing about this X Pen is that it does almost everything that the Galaxy Note devices do. Like for instance, maybe you want to take a quick note, you can actually just pop the device out from where it is, and then you just start writing, which is pretty dope. These are things we were only able to do on the Samsung Galaxy Note. And also, once you pop out the pen from the device, you're gonna have this menu that comes up, which is not really strange, and then you have options there for you to create a note, write a memo, or take a screenshot, and all those things. So you choose what you want to do. Now, if you take the first option there that says create a note, it just takes you straight up to where you just start writing a note and doing all those fancy things. And then you can also check the option that says write a memo. But my favorite one is the painting. Once you open Paint, it just takes you to the painting area, where you can choose to create a new paint, and then you start painting. I was able to play around with it, and I came up with some pretty dope drawings. I hope you like my drawings, because it's gonna be exhibited at the National Art Gallery in New York by the end of this year. And also, one of the biggest upgrade on this device is the fact that it doesn't use LCD anymore. It now uses AMOLED, which to me I think is one of the reasons why the S Pen feels so good when you're using it. So the display is 6.1 inches in size with a resolution of 1080 by 2340 pixels. It comes with Android 9 Pie as the operating system, with the Infinix XOS version 5.0 user interface. So it has a MediaTek Helio P35 processor, 2.3 GHz octa-core CPU, and a Power VR GE 8320 GPU. In terms of the memory, nothing really changes. It still comes with the regular 4 GB of RAM and 64 GB internal memory, and it has a dedicated slot for SD card, which you can expand up to 256 gigabytes. It uses dual nano SIM cards. The device is 4G LTE enabled. Now, as for those cameras, we have 3 cameras at the back. It's a triple camera setup, which is almost like a standard thing now we see on almost every device that comes out in 2019. They always have triple cameras, things like depth of field, wide angle, and all those stuffs are becoming mainstream attention now. So almost every device that comes has to come with not less than 3 cameras or manageably dual cameras. So this one, the first camera is a 16 megapixel main lens. We have an 8 megapixel 120 degree wide angle lens. We're going to find out when we put these cameras to the test. And also we have a 2 megapixel depth of field lens, which is responsible for those bokeh or portrait shots. And then we have a 16 megapixel AI selfie camera, which is super sharp. I've tested that one out myself. For the first time I picked up this device, I thought it has lesser battery, maybe it will have like a 3200 milliamp hour battery, because the device was pretty light. But funniest thing is the device has 4000 milliamp hour battery. It has 10 watt fast charger inside the box, so it charges superbly fast. And also, if you notice, they didn't use the Android 1 version of Android like they used in the Infinix Note 5. But I will tell you, the Infinix UI on this device actually run pretty fast. The device is actually pretty smooth when you're operating it. So looking at this device, I would actually give Infinix a kudos for this one. They left no stone unturned. I mean, there's little I could complain about here. This device has almost everything that you will demand for in a 2019 device, including the design. So let's look at some of the pictures I was able to take with this device. So if you take a close look at the pictures I took here, you'll notice one thing here, that the pictures are pretty washed out. The skin tones looks quite abnormal for somebody that is that is living. And then you see the colors of either the shirts I'm wearing or any of the clothes in the background pretty washed out. I don't know when they are going to fix this issue. I've been complaining about it for a long time now, and it seems there's still no fix for it yet. Also, check out the video here I took. Check out the skin tones, check out the shirt I'm wearing, check out the background, check out the sky. Everything is just blown out or totally overexposed. Now, mind you, this is the front camera, or this is the selfie camera here I'm testing right now. And I also tried to do a little bit of running with it to see how stable the images will be, or the video will be. It wasn't really stable because there is no image stabilization on these cameras. So I also tried out the back cameras, which shoots videos in full HD. And in terms of the full HD, it was quite okay. But the same thing I noticed here too about like I noticed in the front selfie cameras. The images are quite blown out. The colors are out of place. Everything just seems washed out. Check this video out. The sky, you might almost not see anything above. Just everything is just not there. And also the footage is pretty shaky. The footage is not stable. So now you can't really complain about this because, as I mentioned earlier, there is nothing like image stabilization on these cameras. You guys let me know down in the comment what you think about this device, all right? And also, I would like to know, will you guys like to see a comparison between the Infinix Note 6 and the Infinix S4? Let me know down in the comments. Maybe that might just be my next video if you guys are ready to see that kind of video, right? So until next time, I'll see you again, all right? Thank you so much, guys. Be great. Bye.